I've decided to do something. We can look through some of these things, maybe. So, a lot of stuff. Alright, one by one. Celtic World, no. Not this Thoroughly Modern Millie book. Art book. Drawing techniques, drawing cats. How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. The Monkeys. Home Run Kings. Baseball book. Perennial Gardening. Draw 50 nifty cartoon characters. Monty Don. Gardening book. Wuthering Heights. This now vintage Tigger Piggy Bank. And then a bunch of kind of like, some of them are young adult books that we had. Like, I don't feel like I should necessarily have all of these. Fiona Apple prints I want to hang. So a lot of these books are books that my sisters and I had in our room growing up. And so a lot of these aren't necessarily mine. So Carry On, Mr. Bowditch is not mine. Let's see. Don Quixote. Oh, that's right, because my sister and my mom were, I think, reading it together. And so my sister has hers, and then this one is Mommy. That was Mom's. And so my sister let me have this one. Alright, Chuck Dugan is AWOL. This is a book by Wes Anderson's brother. So it is a story with maps. So, which is actually right up my alley. It's not like fantastic, but if you like the Wes Anderson, he does a lot, his brother does a lot of the art for like the, I don't know, Criterion Collection covers and stuff like that. And so it's all of that style. It's very Life Aquatic. Actually, when did it come out? 2004. Literally the same year as Life Aquatic. Alright, Hunger Games trilogy, that's not going anywhere. Gods and Goddesses, Greek Gods and Goddesses. Monkey Mania, children's books and getting them published. It's the film book of Lord of the Rings, but it's like the 78 cartoon version. Excellent. I haven't read this, so I don't know what they do. Like, do they take direct quotes from the book? Or do they just kind of novelize the movie? This I got at a book fair, at a Scholastic book fair. I really wasn't a big reader as a kid, so I have the 2005 Book of World Records. You want to guess something? Let's see. So this is as of 2005, so if you weren't alive then, you're going to have to, like, or if you weren't, you know, conscientious or conscious or whatever. Some of these probably haven't changed. Let's stay with something that probably hasn't changed. World's slowest fish. What do you think it is? Place your bets. Place your bets right now. Because the answer is seahorse. Maybe because it's so tiny. It moves at just 0.001 miles per hour. At that rate of speed, it would take the fish about an hour to swim only 50 feet. That's really sad. Do you want to guess what's next? They give you the top 5. You want to guess? Next one is the barracuda. And there's a great difference because barracuda is 25 miles per hour or 40 kilometers per hour. And then the tiger shark is 33 miles per hour. And then the tarpon, I don't know what that is, 35 miles per hour. 40 miles per hour is the swordfish, which kind of looks like the sailfish, which is the world's fastest fish. So that's funny. 69 miles per hour. Although it is difficult to measure the exact speed of fish, a sailfish once grabbed a fishing line and dragged it 300 feet away in just 3 seconds. 69, wow. That's really fast. My goodness. What does that look like? Now I want to see what that looks like. Like, do they have video of this thing? Alright, you wanna guess something else? What is the world's largest vegetable? You have a guess? It's the yam. True yams can consistently grow up to 9 feet long and weigh more than 150 pounds. That's a lot of yam. They're usually harvested when they reach about 6 pounds. What else do we want to... Okay, as of 2005, do you know who the top male winner of the water skiing World Cup was? Andy Mapple. I have never watched water skiing. I apologize. Anyway, that's a relic. I have a bunch of these school books, which I do have to, maybe I might have copies of some of these. But they have stories in them, so they're like for school, but then they have stuff in them. Stuff. Like, it's not just like textbook stuff, that's actual works. And I'm still looking for this one short story that I read when I was, I don't know, 10, and I remember the illustration that went with it, and it was in one of these books, I'm pretty sure, and I can't find it. It bothers me. Alright, William Goldman, 4 screenplays, story, it's a writing book, Gone Girl, Goldfinch, Well-Educated Mind, another one of these books. What are you? I am not having any. This is absurd. This went to an amp that my dad sold, and it was forgotten, and then when we were packing a bunch of stuff up, it got put in with the stuff that we took, and now I have it. I told him about it. He said, oh, I sold that years ago. Does anybody need a Crate VC FS1 channel select? Good button. Use it for a sound effect, you know, when I have to do my Foley artwork. Hey, guess what? We're not making any progress. Captain America lunchbox with a bunch of envelopes in it. See, okay, this Queen Amidala book isn't mine. That's my sister's. Emily had the Queen Amidala book. Does she want it back? Still, it's just so much chaos. Hunchback of Notre Dame. King Lear, Othello, A Tale of Two Cities, some American Girl books, which I don't want to part with. I would love to have like all of the original American Girls books. We don't. Martha's Vineyard, that's, okay, Secret of Platform 13, that's not mine either. See, I have all of these books where I'm like, do you want these back? You never know. Like, I want to reread some of these books, or read them in general, because again, I wasn't the biggest reader, so should get on that. And they're like, I think they're not even young adult. I think they're like middle grade books. So this shouldn't be a problem. I got slightly distracted. I also put my hair up because I found some of my old computer games, and I just found a bunch downstairs. And I thought I had another pile of old computer games, and I want them to all be together. And I was trying to find it, and I couldn't find it. Maybe I made it up in my head. Who knows? If you're wondering, what do all of the books have to do with getting rid of the clothing to make room for the dresser? Well, speaking of books, 2 books that I often think of from my childhood are When You Give a Mouse a Cookie and The Dress I'll Wear to the Party. Now, if you don't know the premise of this book, I'm not sure where this book is. I don't think I have it. You probably have heard of If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. That's a classic. If you don't know the premise of that, as often happens, a mouse comes into a little boy's life and he offers him a cookie. And then if you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to want a glass of milk. And if you give him a glass of milk, he's going to want to check his face in the mirror to make sure he doesn't have a milk mustache. And as he's looking at himself in the mirror, he's going to notice that he needs a haircut. And he's going to give himself a haircut, and then he's going to want to clean up. And when he wants to clean up, I'm giving away the whole plot, actually. But that one, and then The Dress I'll Wear to the Party, is this whole, it's similar. It's like, this is the dress I'll wear to the party, and these are the shoes that go with the dress that I'll wear to the party, and then these are the gloves that matches the shoes that matches the dress that I'll wear to the party. And the gag is that it's all basically probably her mother's stuff, so none of it fits, and so it's just kind of, it's comedy. But those 2 books stay in my head so much whenever there's just this list of things that keep affecting each other. Well, this item goes in here, which if it were moved, then you could move that thing in here, and it's all affecting each other. And so what do the clothes have to do with the books? It's all about making room somehow, because eventually If you make room on the bookshelves, then that means that something in a drawer can go on the bookshelf as like decor, is just another way to store it. And then the drawer is free for clothing that I have not decided how to handle yet. That's how it's all connected. Just like Avatar. Everything's connected, unfortunately. Technically, I am gathering things to get rid of. I understand how ridiculous this all is. I do understand. You give me that much credit. But I think I want to make it work somehow, which might be ridiculous, but I'm not convinced that it's impossible yet. Like, why in the world? Why would I want to get rid of this novelization of The Last Action Hero? Where is to be or not to be? Not to be. Why would I get rid of the Charlie's Angel music from the motion picture? I didn't even see this movie. This wasn't mine. I know why it was bought though.